So, good afternoon, everyone, and I'm back here at EXPO, Vancouver. It's me, Bro Raman, with Magaz Academia for Sifak FM, and I have the pleasure of being with Felipe Chaves, the founder and CEO of Hakoon Games,
Yes.
and the developer of Thrive, which is a metroidvania game. So, Felipe, introduce yourself. What do you do? Thank you
Th-
for accepting this interview.
Thank you for talking to us.
Of course.
Yeah, so Thrive is a precision platformer with Metroidvania. We are trying to take like a light approach to precision platformers and making it more inviting to new players to the genre. So we have three levels of difficulty, which completely change the environment to adapt to the player style. And yeah, you play as Sophia, and you're trying to uncover the mystery of your grandpa's sudden disappearance while helping your grandma to build her garden, which is a yearly tradition by her grandfather.
So you're first of all you're from Brazil.
I'm from Brazil.
Tell us how you got over here.
So back in 2017, I got a job offer on a company called Architect, which was a VR company. Worked for 4.5 years with VR, and that, yeah, so that's how I got here in Vancouver, and I worked in multiple companies since then, other two, and late 2023, early 2024, we decided to join forces and start Thrive and Hakoon Games. Yeah.
And what was the development cycle like for this game?
So we started like really slowly because we were all like working on other jobs still. So we started on and off working when we could, and then mid last year in 2025, we we got a good news from the CMF, which
The Canadian Media Fund.
yeah, the Canada Meeting Fund, which enable us to start the prototype in a more serious way. So we have been working dedicated to the project since last year, pretty much. Yeah.
So where did the idea for this game come from? Like basically, why did you decide to make this game instead of, for example, a different type of game like an RPG or another Souls like?
Yeah. So we were very strategic with our limitations, let's say. So first, we wanted to do like a project that would be manageable by 3 people. Um, and so we decided to make a platformer, not because it's easy, but like because it's a type of game that I understand best. I play a lot of platformers. I love them. Like I miss them. And we decided to take the pixel art approach because it's slightly more friendly for us. The game has no combat. That was a decision made by like, okay, let's make a game that we can put quality without making the scope too big as well. We are a new team. Many of us, like, I'm the game designer and animator, but I've never worked as a game designer before. I'm a 3D artist by trade, like for games, and Gabby is her first project. Lucas is his first project as well. So we wanted to make something that we would be able to manage pretty much. Yeah.
Not having combat is not a negative at all. I think because I've played other Metroidvania games. Hollow Knight, obviously the original Metroid, the new Metroid as well, and I played Celeste as well. The This game is definitely has a. I said yesterday as well when I played the demo. I finished the demo. The It has a more wholesome vibe
Yeah.
than those games. Was that a conscious decision, or is just how the game ended up being?
Yeah, it was a bit of a conscious decision in a way because Gabby is the main artist,
Right.
and
She's your wife as well.
yeah, and the art style is her art style through and through. Like I always thought Gabby's like very talented, and I always wanted to work on a project with her, like for games. So although I'm art directing because I have more experience with games, it's her style, so it's her own language. So the game ended up like being a reflection of her art, and we thought that it matched like the gameplay. It's quite inviting to people, which was very surprising to us. Like we were afraid that some people would be pushed away by the style because it's a little bit more childish, maybe like very colorful. but actually it so far has been quite the opposite. It draws people attention to the colors and the cuteness of the characters, and yeah.
As far as the gameplay goes, you mentioned that obviously right now the higher difficulty, the hardcore one, is not available in the demo, but
Secretly it is. Like we can access that. We just don't make it available to everybody.
oh, okay, you didn't make it available in the demo here and at the Fan Expo.
Yeah, but we can change it right now.
Oh, okay,
It's
you could put
secretly
it
here.
Okay, okay, it is secretly embedded in it. But I
Yeah.
assume that if you go and get the demo on Steam or you would be able to try the hardcore mode.
Yeah. We want to make available to everybody. So we right now we are finishing putting the like original sound, and once we have that, we want to make the first available on our Discord channel, so people can try it, give feedback, and we want to make it available with all the three difficulties: the casual up to the most hardcore, which we call precision. Yeah.
For you, what makes a good Metroidvania game?
A good Metroidvania. First, gameplay. It has to be enjoyable from the get-go. For Thrive, we wanted to make like the movement, because there's no enemy. Like we knew that the movement has to sell the game. Needs to be fun. So that first, engaging content. Like I wanted to go after stuff. The game needs to motivate me to collect things and stuff. That's something that I like. I'm a type of guy that likes to complete the game like 100% stuff. So if the game gets my interest into that, like that's a good sign. And the story, it's a main thing for me. Like I've played tons of good platformers that I didn't finish because I wasn't not that I wasn't interested in the story, but like the story kind of pushes you to keep engaged. So yeah, those elements.
So you mentioned earlier that that your composer just sent the soundtrack
Yes.
in for the game. Are you going? What kind of maybe as a bit of a teaser? What kind of soundtrack are you going for in this game? Is it something that matches the wholesome vibe of the game, or are you going something for a bit more fast and action packed?
It's a little bit of both. Yeah, it's a good combination of like wholesome. So we take a lot of inspirations from like Studio Ghibli soundtracks. Luca from Pixar is a great influence, like as well for soundtrack. But we want the soundtrack to reflect the pace of the game as well, right? Yeah. So
You mentioned earlier there was no combat in the game. Like there's no, you can't like fight or attack. But obviously, like we know, Metroidvania games have boss fights. That was my full disclosure. My one disappointment with the demo that it stops right before the boss fight.
Yeah.
When a giant bear comes running in.
Yeah.
But in terms of Metroidvania games, I was mentioning that not having like ability to attack, it actually is a plus because it adds a layer of challenge for the player to beat bosses, because you have to be creative, you have to be smart.
Yeah.
Since there's no combat in the game, how is a player supposed to fight bosses in this game?
Yeah. So the boss fights, there would be more in terms of like a harder challenge, let's say, where you have to traverse longer areas.
Okay, so is it you get chased?
Yeah. Well, the first one, yeah. But like we don't want to make a chase every boss. So
right.
It's also a challenge for us as developers to be creative with the boss, so they're not repetitive, the same thing over and over. But mostly it's going to be through avoiding attacks and maybe making the bosses hit themselves, or just avoiding.
Are there going to be sort of bullet hell style components in the game as well for bosses?
That's something that we haven't tried yet, but we are open to it. So the way the game, the development goes, we put like gameplay first. So the art is actually from the almost 2 years of development. We only added art from the like maybe the past 5-6 months. So we want to make sure that the gameplay is fun first. So if a bullet hell situation is the answer for a certain boss, we are not opposed to it. Yeah.
That's really good. I see that I saw that you also have collectibles in the game. Is that something that is going to be a key aspect of the game, or is just a bonus challenge for players?
Yeah, no, they're gonna be a key factor. So like the soda cans, like that
you can see
Lucas
there,
Lucas just collected. one of the characters, which is a raccoon, Waffles, he is a collector of the cans. So you're gonna be able to trade those cans for cosmetic goods for the garden decoration. There are also, if you remember, she gets the journal from her grandpa, and all the pages fly away. So collecting those pages will give more of the lore. We have other things planned, like bird photos that you're gonna be able to take pictures of the birds, but you have to approach them with certain limitations. So certain levels, you're gonna be limited to certain movements. So let's say maybe you can't dash, maybe you can't use the gliding. So it's gonna be a bit more puzzly. Yeah, and we have other stuff planned as well.
You mentioned to me that getting funding is one of your sort of goals
Yeah.
For this game as far as continuing the development goes. Where are you? You mentioned the Kenya Media Fund, obviously, but
Yeah.
where else are you looking to in terms of getting funding?
So right now we are in talks with a label company that might help us with partnership with, like, with platforms and stuff. But right now the main goal is like just focus on the Canada Media Fund, because we know it can be complicated for publishers to work with the Canada Media Fund, because of the percentage that the share that each one might
Right.
ask for. So right now we are betting on this. Like we are, I think around April, May is when they're gonna have their round of applications, and so far we're like really confident with the application. Hopefully it, it will go right. It'll go well.
Let's talk a little bit about your team.
Yeah.
So you mentioned there's you, obviously.
Yeah.
There's Lucas, who's playing in the background right now.
Yeah.
There's Gabby, your wife, who's
Yeah.
the artist for the game, the sort of concept artist. Um, are these is this your sort of core team? And who else do you have on the team? Do you have like employees? How big is Hakoon Games right now?
Yeah, so at core we are just the three of us, but we do work. We are working with contractors here and there. So it's our with the budget we couldn't unfortunately like hire anybody full time, but we are working with a technical artist who helped us like setting some of the base technical stuff. Now right now we are working with a sound designer, Vitor, and a composer, Gustavo, a UI artist, really talented, Sophie, which has been working with us for the past month and a half, and it's going pretty well. Yeah. So
How do you feel about sort of the future of Metroidvania games in general? I mean, you're making a Metroidvania game yourself, so I assume you must be quite optimistic. But as far as other Metroidvania games that you've played in this sort of genre, how do you feel about the direction that the games are going? We just had Hollow Knight Silksong, that was a huge phenomenon in Game Awards. It was nominated for Game of the Year. Where do you see this game going and the genre in general of Metroidvania?
yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like there's more and more Metroidvanias every year.
Is that
like,
still a good thing for you?
I think it's a really good thing, because people will, as long as they enjoy the games, they will look for more types of games. So recently there's the God of War that just
Right.
launched, like a Metroidvania. So
Yes.
maybe that will attract people who are not used to the genre but are a fan of the franchise, and they might be a lot more open to play Metroidvania. So I think that can bring like a new wave of players, and I think overall it's growing a lot. Like Hollow Knight popularized the genre so much that I think for sure there's a lot more players compared to maybe 5-10 years ago for Metroidvania.
Definitely. And for the final product, that when this game comes out, in terms of timing, first of all, what are you looking for in terms of when the alpha is going to release, and then I assume you will have a beta phase when you will have testers try out the game. Send me a key, obviously.
For sure.
I'll definitely try it out, the full version. And yeah, so first of all, what are you looking for in terms of phases for alpha, beta, and then the final launch?
Yeah, so we're looking for around like at least 8 hours of content for the main story, and 14 to 16 for completionists.
Okay.
Yeah. And hopefully the mechanics that we'll put, like it will enhance the playability, replayability as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in terms of timeline, like what year, what quarter are you planning to release the like each version? Do you have like an idea already?
Yeah, so we are focusing for PC and Switch on the release day,
Okay.
and hopefully, depending on how it goes, port it also to Xbox and PS4. But those are the two main, Switch and PC.
So is this more like a 2027 release?
2028 probably.
2028.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, we
For
still
final
have
launch.
yeah, right now we have just the demo, so we wanted to dedicate a good chunk of time on the demo to make sure that movement is right, that we have all the base established, sort of like a playground. So now we can build on top of it. There's the story elements as well that we see can take some time to develop well, make sure that the story arc is interesting to players, and there's enough depth in the game for everybody.
No, definitely. And in terms of final price for the price point for launch, around what amount are you looking at?
Yeah, something around like 15 to 20 US, so 20 to 25 Canadian. I no more than that.
Which is quite cheap.
Yeah, it's a good price point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Felipe, for this interview.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you a good future for Hakoon Games and for Strive. I'll definitely test your game. I'll take your information, test your game whenever it's out.
Yeah, we'll keep
and
in touch.
I'm sure people in the audience will want to play the demo, and they'll be very excited for the final launch.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, please join our Discord. That's where we're gonna post updates and release the demo for people to try first. And yeah, very excited.
Thank you, Felipe, and good
you so
luck, and
much.
thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.